The categorization of Ceres has changed more than once and has been the subject of some disagreement. Bode believed Ceres to be the missing planet he had proposed to exist between Mars and Jupiter. Ceres was assigned a planetary symbol and remained listed as a planet in astronomy books and tables, along with Pallas, Juno, and Vesta, for over half a century. As other objects were discovered in the neighborhood of Ceres, astronomers began to suspect that it represented the first of a new class of objects. When Pallas was discovered in 1802, Herschel coined the term asteroid, star-like, for these bodies, writing that they resemble small stars so much as hardly to be distinguished from them, even by very good telescopes. In 1852, Johann Franz Encke, in the Berliner Astronomisches Jahrbuch, declared the traditional system of granting planetary symbols too cumbersome for these new objects, and introduced a new method of placing numbers before their names in order of discovery. Initially, the numbering system began with the fifth asteroid, 5 Astraea, as number 1, but in 1867 Ceres was adopted into the new system under the name 1 Ceres. By the 1860s, astronomers widely accepted that a fundamental difference existed between the major planets and asteroids such as Ceres, though the word planet had yet to be precisely defined. In the 1950s, scientists generally stopped considering most asteroids as planets, but Ceres sometimes retained its status after that because of its planet-like geophysical complexity. Then, in 2006, the debate surrounding Pluto led to calls for a definition of planet and the possible reclassification of Ceres, perhaps even its general reinstatement as a planet, a proposal before the International Astronomical Union, IAU, the global body responsible for astronomical nomenclature and classification, defined a planet as a celestial body that a has sufficient mass for its self-gravity to overcome rigid body forces so that it assumes a hydrostatic equilibrium, nearly round, shape, and b is in orbit around a star, and is neither a star nor a satellite of a planet. Had this resolution been adopted, it would have made Ceres the fifth planet in order from the Sun. But on 24 August 2006 the Assembly adopted the additional requirement that a planet must have cleared the neighborhood around its orbit. Ceres is not a planet because it does not dominate its orbit, sharing it as it does with the thousands of other asteroids in the asteroid belt and constituting only about 40% of the belt's total mass. Bodies that met the first proposed definition but not the second, such as Ceres, were instead classified as dwarf planets. Planetary geologists still often ignore this definition and consider Ceres to be a planet anyway. Ceres is a dwarf planet, but there is some confusion about whether it is also an asteroid. A NASA webpage states that Vesta, the belt's second largest object, is the largest asteroid. The IAU has been equivocal on the subject, though its minor planet center, the organization charged with cataloging such objects, notes that dwarf planets may have dual designations, and the joint IAU-USGS NASA Gazetteer categorizes Ceres as both asteroid and a dwarf planet.